Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Brian if you happen to be new around here. And in today's video, I want to walk you through my current hardcore build. I think this video will hopefully help a lot of new players or returning players to No Rest for the Wicked in terms of how they want to start to adjust to all the adjustments and updates this game has made over the past year. This guide is going to focus in on my hardcore character. I'm going to walk you through how I'm thinking and how I'm progressing throughout this mode, but also I think this will be very valuable even if you're not playing in hardcore, especially if you're struggling with specific boss fights, because this already shreds and there's a lot of good reasons for that. If you guys happen to be new, sound off in the comments below. I'd love to welcome you guys to the channel. We are going to be giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 here if we hit that magical 100,000 subscriber marker. We are making some progress, especially thanks to the 242 you guys who are new. With that being said, hit that like button and let's dive in. The first and foremost approach that I want people to be thinking about is your health. And this is very straightforward, right? More health equals more survivability. As I'm building out this class here, have been focusing in on health, stamina, and on strength. Strength being where I am able to get some additional damage. You can see that listed here, and those are currently where I'm prioritizing my stat points. Later, when you unlock the ability to respec, you can start to play around with it, but especially if you're struggling, give yourself every advantage possible. So this is just a good starter point right there. If you guys are kind of curious, I do tend to favor health first, stamina second, and then my damage multiplier in strength. And not that it's an actual multiplier, but the stat that affects your damage, that's probably a better way to say it. I'm going to focus in on kind of gear as a general question here, because when it comes down to it, honestly, I want you to be geared up, but you'll notice I'm in uber heavy build, and there's a big reason for that, especially with the strength build and especially with survivability, is I get this handy shoulder charge, which has been a game changer to me in this build style. I highly encourage you guys to consider it. You only have access to it if you're in heavy, so there is a positive event or a positive advantage to being in heavy. It gives you that added additional attack. It doesn't do a ton of damage, it just knocks enemies on their butts, which gives you the opportunity to heal. The second thing is that you start to look at the various different stats. You can see here, I'm not really taking any negative stats right now, namely because the ones and the rolls that I've gotten are pretty detrimental, but anything that's going to increase my health, anything that's going to increase my overall fitness and focus, those are all very different important things. And so you can see here, I've also started to enchant. I haven't got a lot of gems at the time of this recording, and I'm also starting to enhance my gear. This brings me to the second really kind of important facet in your build, and it's how Sacrament is actually progressing for you. You want to go talk to Danos. You find him normally first in the Rookery and kind of the shared lodgings, but then he's going to be out here in the court, and you're going to want to make sure that you're working on all of the various different upgrades. This is going to allow you to have access to better gear, but also more features and enhancements as well, especially the Smithy. If you want to be upgrading your weapons, you want to go here. If you want to be upgrading your armor, you need to make sure you do this here. This is a priority when you're running around. Make sure you have an axe and at least some form of ability to farm ore, because those are going to be the main things that are needed right away. The other thing you want to prioritize, mushroom soup and fish skewers. This will allow you to upgrade your workers to level 2, which will make all of these projects much faster. One of the big changes is in the Breach update, Meera and Mary are now your armor upgrade vendor. So you're going to go to them, click on upgrade, and then you can see what items that you can continue to upgrade and push them ever higher, giving you better defense and so much more. So pay attention, especially to your materials. You want to upgrade them because then you're going to be able to refine a lot of the materials that you're getting on your run naturally. And if we pop over here to Filillmore, you see that I can now do some crafting from the anvil itself, which I'll need some recipes, but Filillmore can also be upgrading my weapons, which is very important to kind of pay attention to see what you can increase. Now, there's a lot of different materials to farm, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but make sure you don't sleep on it. Same thing when it comes to crafting your various different ores. Make sure you always kind of have that rocking and rolling, so that way you're not wasting any time and you got plenty of resources. Also, as kind of an aside, make sure you check in with the vendors daily. They're going to get new inventory, new things to acquire. You want to be watching. I kind of prioritize their crafting recipes for food because that ends up being something very valuable to me, and you want to pay attention to the resources that they have for sale. So keep it locked in. Don't sell your fallen embers. If you get these beautiful bad boys right here, I'm going to recommend not selling them. It does seem like you get a little bit of money for them. You can sock away a lot of money really quick, but you're going to want to save these for later. Now, my final thing before I wrap up this video, it's not necessarily about builds, but you want to make sure you're talking with Captain Randolph on the regular, checking out his bounty hunting and his challenges. So pay attention to that. You get these on the left, and you can actually press left to jump over to the ones on the right. These are the bigger ones. Same thing kind of applies to various different challenges. Left tends to be your daily challenges. The right tends to be your weekly challenges. And they're going to reward you experience and plenty of coin. And if you're ever curious as to where you can kind of find them, pulling up your map, you can see the various different challenges that you're looking for and where you might be able to locate them on the map itself, which can be very, very useful. Now, all that being said, there is a lot to love about this update. I will be keeping you guys abreast of the news and information, and so many more guides are on their way. We will be doing more live streams as well, and honestly, I really hope we can give a Nintendo Switch away again. So we will see how this is kind of rocking and rolling. I do thank every one of you guys so much for your time, and if you guys have any questions, you need anything, sound off in the comments or jump into the Discord. It's free and open to all, and I hope to hear from you. Anyway, for Ginger Prime, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, take care.